Floyd Money Mayweather versus Conor the Notorious One McGregor. Conor McGregor just got a boxing license issued in California. We all heard talk about him facing Floyd Mayweather. It would make a lot of money since he's MMA's biggest sport rank, biggest what do you call it, fighter right now in the UFC as well as MMA as a whole. Floyd Mayweather retired, but obviously him and Pacquiao are the biggest stars for the last, I don't know, like over like 15 years or something like that. So make a lot of money since you got two superpowers coming from each sport. But how would the fight actually play out, and is it worth actually seeing? Besides the marketability, we know it's gonna sell probably, but realistically, do people actually think? I guess MMA fans maybe do think he has a chance, but boxing fans, I would say 90% of boxing fans would say, even more, would say he doesn't have his chance. And we don't know where Conor's boxing skills are at. They're obviously good in MMA, but the distance is way different in boxing. It's way closer. You don't got to worry about the legs, right? And when you got boxers training all their life just using their hands, having to focus on their hands, like since they're 5, 7 years old, and then you got a guy like Conor McGregor who has to focus on everything, like it's not going to be the same. The guy who's focusing on one thing is going to be better at that one thing usually. Well, when you're facing Floyd Mayweather, a top guy, then obviously his skills are going to be better in boxing. And it's like I said in my other video, like Sun Tzu says. Sun Tzu is a Chinese war tactician. He says, I remember him saying, I don't know if I'm saying it right, but I think I am. He said, if you prepare the left side too much, the right side's weak. If you prepare the right side too much, the left side's weak. If you prepare both sides equally, then they're both, if you prepare both sides, then they're both weak. And it kind of makes sense in this boxing. It kind of makes sense in this situation because you got a guy who has to focus on wrestling, jiu-jitsu, boxing. He has to split up the time equally. So obviously all of them aren't going to be like he's not just focusing on one, right? And then you got one guy who just has to focus on boxing. So a lot more times just going to boxing. So where would Conor McGregor's boxing skills be right now? Like I said, in the UFC, it's good. But in boxing, where would he be? Would he be... I assume from what he's shown in MMA, he would be better than low-level boxers. But it's hard to say how he would do against medium-level boxers, like C-level fighters and B-level fighters. Because I think maybe B-level fighters would be too much for him as well. Like, say if you went in with, like, Chris Algieri or Marcus Maidana or, like, someone like those kind of fighters, B-level fighters, how would he do? I think it's hard to say, right? I think he would be below a B-level fighter, though. I think he would be around a C-level. So lower than Algieri and Maidana's level, obviously. So it's hard to really say. Maybe if you put him in with Brandon Rios, you'll find out how good he could be. That'd be a starting point. So who would win then in a fight right now? Hands down, Floyd Mayweather. His skills, his experience. I don't care. He doesn't have the power maybe to knock out Conor McGregor. But I think if Floyd Mayweather got aggressive enough, he could get the ref to stop the fight possibly. But if Floyd Mayweather isn't going to get any more aggressive than he usually does, he's probably not going to knock out Conor McGregor. But like I said, if he feels that Conor McGregor is just not if he's not on the level of a boxer, maybe he would go in to make a point and finish him off. But it's hard to say, right? But either way, even if Floyd doesn't knock him out, I pick Floyd winning probably every round at right now. But I recommend that Conor McGregor should start off like any other boxer. He should work his way up. Don't step into a big fight with Floyd right now. You're just gonna lose, and it's not good. I think it'd be interesting if he actually worked his way up the ladder, and like any other boxer. And like I said, after he gets a couple fights, maybe fight someone like Brandon Rios, see how he does, right? Then fight someone like Chris Algieri. But even those fighters, he can maybe never reach that level, right? So we don't. That's still a very high level. Chris Algieri and Marcus Maidana, Brandon Rios, even we don't give. It's hard to say how Conor McGregor would deal with Brandon Rios, because if he can't beat Brandon Rios, uh, with a couple fights on his belt, like I'm not saying fight Brandon Rios right now, first fight. That's still too much for him, I would say. It's not. I'm not saying he couldn't win. I'm just saying he should work his way up. Fight guys who are debuting as well. Fight guys who have losing records, and we'll see. Go from there. But as of now, Floyd's experience, Floyd and Manny Pacquiao are the best fighters of this generation. The How do you expect a guy in another sport to beat him right now? Like that's a tough task, and it's possible. But like I said, if he's just gonna jump into the fight, 99.8% he's not gonna do well. And anyway, let me know your guys' thoughts on it. How do you think he would do in boxing? And like I said, I think he would do good if he could work his way up. But if he's just gonna take on Floyd Mayweather right now, then that's no chance, right? So let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching.